Right there. You want to just take it off?
No, yeah, take it off.
Yeah.
We'll just do a couple without it. All right.
Thank you. So you're coming home to Phoenix with the two boys, just kind of want one more bite about it, you know. Everything that you got to work for, you put yourself a lot, you and your son, throwing off a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. And it's kind of coming back full board now. I mean, it's your birthday today.
Yeah, especially a lot of money. Yeah, you know, I wanna, you know, actually, I wanna give a big shout out to all the fathers and trainers that, you know, that help all these kids get through where they get. Sometimes to be world champions is not easy, man. They spend a lot of money on hotels, food, and tournaments and all that, man. My respect. I never thought about it. You know, I just did it, and I got in a lot of problems because when I came home, I couldn't pay the rent. So that was a problem, but I figured things out, and I spent all that money and go to tournaments. Yeah, like almost 200 amateur fights.
We go everywhere when I was younger. I would go to Kansas. Like I said in the previous interview, I mean, I fought no one in Arizona, so there was no one to fight in Arizona, so we had to go to Texas. I remember one time we took a road trip from Arizona all the way to Georgia. You look good. Like 4 days.
It was funny, man, because I remember I used to go to Target and buy some blankets or whatever, and then return in 2-3 days. And I had to do it, man. You know, so you figure things out when you're broke, and I was pretty much broke all the time. So it all paid off. Yeah, but it was a good experience, you know, and I would do it again, and it's super hard. There were so many times that you have no idea, and then you just want to quit. Thank God gave me the will and the strength to keep going. Thank God we're here now.
Did you appreciate your father was putting in at that time, or did it take time for you to?
I appreciate to this day everything he did for me, you know, because at the end of the day, I mean, he could have went his own different route, and you know, he had a good job, making a lot of money. He quit his job and focused on us. So I mean, I appreciate everything he did. You know, it's a lot of sacrifice he did, and a lot of people are fortunate like that too. To have a dad like me, you know, and he was there with the whole way. I mean, he was rough, he was tough on us, that's for sure, you know. But I mean, that's what made us who we are today, and I'm thankful for it, and I appreciate everything he's done for us. Today he turned 21.
Yeah, man. Oh, senior. Let me ask you a quick question about the junior's development. What have you seen in him lately? Renewed.
Well, you know, like he said, the doctor said he was not going to be able to walk again or fight. So the doctor said you got to put it on your head. You're not going to fight anymore. Of what he's done so far, walking and looking good, for me, that's already plus. You know, I'm super proud of him. Now everything's extra, and it's up to him to stay focused and work hard, and he's very strong, and he worked with him his whole life and made his mind very, very strong, and that shows now today, and I'm super proud of him.
You never gave up on him. He never gave up. Walking around 50 more pounds.
You know, the funny thing is he can tell you too, you know. I remember a couple of times he messed up his hand, he broke his finger, and I said, well, you got to turn around and you got to adjust and work with the other hand. The other one is okay. So, and that's what happened. He adjusts in life, and he's been doing good.
Thanks so much, man. Thanks for having us today.
Just a couple questions. I really appreciate it. So it's Ron Goodall from FightHype.com. I'm here with Benavidez Senior. How's it going?
It's going well. Thank you so much for the support, and I want to thank all the fans also for all your support. We'll come to Phoenix, Arizona, November 13th. We're super excited to fight for the WBC Eliminator and IBF. We're working extremely hard to give you guys a good fight. Thank you.
Now, how excited are you? I know you've been asked many times. Your other son's back. You know, you have both sons on the same card. Can we talk a little bit about how ecstatic you are to have this moment?
Of course, can't even describe what I feel coming back with my two sons and fighting in the same card, main event, co-main event. That's something that I thought it was impossible to do. I only see other people do things like that because I come from a background that I know nothing about boxing. And now David's a two-time world champion. David, Jose Benavidez, a world champion. It feels amazing. Super excited to come back in front of our hometown and display our talent and motivate other kids and motivate other trainers, man. It's unbelievable. I can't wait for November 13th.
And a lot of the fight fans are very excited to see both your sons. Is there anything that we can expect that should be a little different? Or maybe see a little bit of different movement, maybe different?
No, nothing's going to change. Everything's going to be the same. We work hard to give the fans a good show. No, we're just working hard and staying focused and and do what we do. You know, David's a very aggressive fighter. You know, he's a very exciting fighter. Junior also. Against Terrence Crawford, he looked really good. He looked better than what I thought he was going to look. He was taken from his leg. You guys can see that these guys are warriors and guaranteed an exciting war.
Now, Jose moved to 154 from 147. You mentioned earlier that he did really great against Terrence Crawford. Considered one of the best. How do you feel about the move of 154 and how has he used the power and speed?
Yeah, no, we decided to move at 154 because he hasn't fought for a while, and we just want to, you know, it's more like a tune-up fight and see where he's at and see how that leg is responding. We don't want to put too much pressure on that leg, and he looks good. Everything should be good, and I think if he feels comfortable at 154, we'll stay at 154. If not, we'll go down to 147. And we're just trying to see where we're at right now with him right now.
You know, and I guess more importantly, a lot of the fans seen how great he performed, and you know, and everyone knows about his leg injury. He's able to come back with the long delay. Is there any, I guess, things that you've done to kind of prepare for the long layoff?
Well, the only thing that we did, we gave him a lot of time off, you know, so he can heal 100%. I believe that he's never going to be 100%, but he feels good. Everything's going well. At least we let it heal, and I'm still nervous because I don't know what's going to happen, and that thing could break or go bad or whatever, you know. But we're we're going to be very careful, and we're working on moving the legs a little bit more and doing all that. We won't know until we get there, but we believe and trust God that everything's going to be okay.
You know, and with David having his, you know, on paper, you know, the best opponent he feels, how important do you feel that a stoppage would be required in the fight?
It's super important, you know, like I always said, you know, we can't just win the fight, we have to look impressive. And by looking impressive, we got to stop Uzcategui, no matter what round, but we got to stop him. But I'm thinking we're going to stop him in like the 7th round. No disrespect to Uzcategui. He's a great fighter, a good champion, a strong guy. He hits very hard. We're not underestimating Uzcategui. But like I said, we have to look impressive in order to get those bigger fights and keep going, to keep that undefeated record. Uzcategui is a very dangerous fighter, and but we have to adjust to his style and break him down and eventually put him out, and that will so he can look impressive in his next victory.
Now, I know a lot of fight fans, they know that Canelo won his title against Uzcategui, which in this case, some people may feel after the Caleb Plant fight, there may be a franchise title created. Is that something that, you know, I asked your son earlier, but any concerns that because Canelo went that way and maybe not have to fight David, is that something concerning or bothering you?
No, anything can happen in this organization. So I have a lot of respect for the organizations. Our job is to work, look impressive, and you know, time will tell. And if they decide to do something like that, we'll be happy to fight for a franchise belt or whatever. We don't make the rules. We don't tell the people. We don't tell the organization what we want. You know, at the end of the day, it's their decision. But we're down to whatever, anything that we can do to get better and get closer to the bigger fights. So we're open to anything. Like I said, my respect to everybody. My focus is just to get them ready and train them and look at spectacular. And at the end of the day, that's what the people want to see, good fights.
I know you and your son gets together and watch all the big fights together, regardless who it is. I have to ask you about the Canelo Plant fight. Just a breakdown. Fans love your sons and they want to know your prediction and your thoughts.
I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm really excited to see that fight, especially after what happened in the press conference. I think it's going to be an exciting fight because at the end of the day, Canelo to me is pound for pound the best at 168. He has those 3 belts. Caleb Plant's also a good fighter. He's a champion for a reason. He's very fast. He's very good with his legs. So if he can manage and move around and have that stamina to box Canelo and just box him and make points and move and move and move. And that's the plan, you know, that they have. And I think if it works, man, I think he can. Caleb Plant can win that fight. In my opinion, to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Caleb Plant's going to look good, maybe 4 or 5 rounds. After that, he's going to fade down. Canelo's going to break him down, cut the distance, and start hitting that body and start hurting him. And I think eventually I see a stoppage in the later rounds, maybe like about 7 rounds, 7, 8 maybe. But anything can happen in boxing. I don't think Caleb Plant has a chance, but anything can happen. In boxing, anything can happen. That will be a big upset. That will be something super big for Caleb Plant. Everybody has a chance. Caleb Plant has a big chance in there. I just don't see it, like I said, you know, I don't see it, but everybody has a chance inside the ring. If he has good stamina, he boxes and he moves around, and we've seen a lot of times that Canelo has trouble with people boxing him. And if he can get that condition and comes with good condition, I think that he can make a big upset.